What is up, guys and girls? Hurricane Liz here, and in this video we talk more about the recent Amazon suspensions and what's going on here. People are getting slaughtered. They're like lambs to slaughter, and the carnage, it just hasn't stopped. So if you've been suspended or if you're afraid of getting suspended on Amazon, that's all we're talking about in this video. You'll learn why people are getting suspended and what levels Amazon's taking this to. I'll show you the easiest suspensions to get past and the most difficult suspensions that you are likely not to ever get past unless you've got somebody on your side that knows what they're doing. So I'm super fired up for this video. I hope you're fired up. Let's do this. All right, guys and girls, so I thought the best way to be able to show you guys how this is all going down is my beautiful drawings. And as you guys know, in the past, stick figures, people get drawn. I got nothing on me. I got stick figures coming out of everywhere, including this spectrum that I built to graphically represent how these suspensions are going down. What's the easiest suspension to get over, and what's the toughest suspension, the suspension that you might not ever get past. So we're going to talk about that and a bunch of other things, including the recent suspensions, which incidentally, if you've been suspended, namely a Section 3 or anything else that you just can't get over, you can't get over that hump, my email is below. I do have a guy on staff that is a wizard at getting these unsuspended. He's relentless and he'll keep submitting until Amazon submits. Yeah, I just said that. So if you want more info on that, my email is below. Just reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to talk to you about your particular situation. But let's talk about these suspensions. Here we are on this graphical representation of, if we looked at suspensions across a straight line from least severe to most severe. Level 1 is things like your metrics fall out of line. Things just aren't going right in your account. It's new mistakes that you shouldn't be making if you're selling on Amazon, but needless to say, you've made these. Even IP infringement falls somewhere along the line between here and the next level, which is level 5. So everything in between level 1 and level 5, it's like pretty much everything. It's a catch-all. It's everything that is not severe, everything that typically takes one suspension appeal. It could even be a freaking kid choking on a goddamn toy, people. A kid potentially choking on a goddamn toy will fall between level 1 and level 5. This is the least severe. Amazon could give two shits if your kid is choking on a damn toy, because they got lawyers. They can get around that. They got desk jockeys. They got pencil pushers that can get them out of this particular kind of catastrophe, right? Level 1 to level 5, heaven forbid a child chokes on a toy, Amazon can get through it. They've monopolized the entire industry in hell. They're about to get started monopolizing the healthcare industry. So those pencil pushers and desk jockeys can certainly get them over that hump. So everything's safe. If you fall between level 1 to a kid choking on a toy, you're safe. Now, here's where things get interesting. The next level where there's some level of concern is a level 5. And again, this is looking at suspensions on a level 1 to level 10 spectrum. Level 5 is rank manipulation. Now, what do I mean by rank manipulation? I mean, you're messing with the algorithm. You're kind of trying to finesse things so that you rank better. You're trying to finesse things so that you look better in the customer's eyes and that your keywords rank much higher. Now, this can be done in many forms. And I'm not going to talk about these things here, as some of them are black hat or considered black hat, which if you don't know what that means, black hat is simply just stating that you're breaking Amazon's terms of service. You're doing something that in their eyes, on their site, is considered illegal in their eyes. Now, the police aren't going to show up at your doorstep, nor is the FBI, unless you really do some gangster shit and you start doing some other type of manipulation. But if you're just messing with Amazon's algorithm and your words like moving around, your keywords hopping around, you're fine. You're breaking Amazon's laws and you'll probably get a suspension for rank manipulation. But again, this type of suspension, not that difficult to come back from. A person can do these plan of appeals, which is what you're going to have to submit to Amazon to prove you're innocent. Now remember, in the case of plan of appeals, the number one thing that you must know when writing a plan of appeal is you're guilty until considered innocent. It's backwards of the US court system. When Amazon suspends you, you're 100% guilty. You just have to admit to it. Never try and say like, oh, we didn't do this. We have no idea what we did. They don't give two shits. They want to know, what did you do? And if you feel like you didn't do anything, which in almost every case you did something, just admit to it, say you're sorry, and then tell them how you're going to change shit. If you can stick to that rule, 9 times out of 10, you will get past this hump. And in some instances, they don't even make you write a plan of appeal. They make you check off some boxes. They make you write like a little brief summary of what you did, and boom, you're back selling on Amazon. Now, there are instances where they will require a thorough plan of appeal. And by thorough, I mean just well written, telling them, getting straight to the point, what you did and what you plan to do as a result to try and correct this situation. Or I shouldn't even say to try, what you're going to do to correct the situation. Now, last thing, you should have already done it. That's how Amazon works. So just tell them you already did it. And if you didn't do it, don't tell them that. But if you get caught again, never admit to the same thing twice. I have had friends who have had as much as $1 million subscribe and save businesses, which means Amazon is collecting $1 million for them every single month. That's a total of $12 million a year. I've had friends that admitted to doing the same thing twice and immediately got banned for life on that particular account that was already generating Amazon $1 million per month. So I want you to think about that. If you got 20K stuck in Amazon, or $13,800 or $2,154.26, you're fucked. I'm sorry, but you are. Amazon doesn't care about that money. That amount of money is a tiny little droplet of what they're truly collecting. If they don't care about a $12 million a year seller just in subscribe and save alone, then imagine what they think of you if you have $2,521 held up in your account. They don't care. They'll hold that money. They know they can bully you around. They're a monopoly, or they're at least becoming a monopoly. And they have lawyers and desk jockeys and modern day secretaries that are pretty much putting the strong arm down on you and holding your money hostage purposely. Again, they're like that dealer on Vegas Vacation that took your money, kicked you in the nuts, kicked you out the door, except this one keeps kicking you while you're down, and that is Amazon. So, level 5, rank manipulation, fairly easy to come back from, not too shabby. Here comes the next thing. This should not say level 4. This is more like level 6. That's a mistake on my part. We'll just correct it right away. This is almost like level 6, and this is a section 3. Section 3 are your drop shipping guys that are screwing things up. They're doing bad things. Now, here's where it gets a little foggy. This could come before what I'm about to show you next, or it could come after. That's a toss-up. But this right here is drop shipping. If you get caught at this level, there's several levels within this particular thing itself. We'll talk about the most severe one at the end here, but right here, this is, you got caught doing standard drop shipping. They don't like it. They're going to suspend you. They're going to take away your FBM privileges. And guess what? This one is somewhat difficult to come back from. It takes time. You're not going to get reinstated or the first or second try. If you do, consider yourself running godly. You're running like God right now. You must have a horseshoe up your ass because you got luckier than a mofo. So that is a section 3. It's typically related to drop shipping. This is something fairly new. It's been happening in the past year to year and a half. I believe we do have one such appeal that's been almost impossible to get back. It took 2 years to get that sucker back. So that just goes to show you how far back sections 3s go. That's about 2 years. So that's at about a level 6. Like I said, it's a toss-up if that comes or on or before or after level 8 is what I meant to say. Level 8 is something that is brand spanking new. I've only seen it on 2 accounts. I've only heard it from 2 very high level sellers. It still classifies under the section 3 umbrella, but it's, in my opinion, it's either slightly more tough to get through than the section 3 standard, or slightly a little less. Either way, it could either go here or it could go over here. It's a toss-up. But this can be a lot of things. The primary thing that I've seen this happen with is feedback manipulation. Now, I'm going to explain that really quick because I didn't want to make this a long video. But what this basically means is you're trying to finesse feedbacks. You're trying to ask people to change your reviews. You're trying to ask people to leave reviews. You're trying to get reviews where you shouldn't be doing that. Remember, it is against Amazon terms of service when you do this. And in some cases, it's even against the law. I've seen people get arrested by the FBI for doing this kind of crap. And the fact of the matter is you shouldn't be doing this kind of crap because, like I said, not only is it breaking Amazon's rules, they might section or level 8 take down your ass. That's what it's called. It's called a level 8 takedown. They might level 8 take down your ass. They might even report you to the FTC. That's up in the air as to what happens. That's why I said it can either be classified as a little more severe. It is under the basket of Section 3s, or a little bit less severe than the Section 3. However, it does get basketed under a Section 3, as the shutdown notice you'll get from Amazon is that it was a Section 3 violation. So that's a feedback manipulation level 8 takedown. That's so far what I've seen that it is. It could be other basketed things, but I don't know that. So only time will tell, and I'll continue to cover that as we get moving on. Now, the next toughest one to get through, and this is possibly the most impossible one to get through with Amazon. It is called a Section 3 lockout. Amazon basically locks you out of the damn account. So you got a Section 3, and now you're locked out of the account, which means it's almost impossible to submit a plan of action because you don't have access to your Seller Central. That's right, you lose access to your Seller Central. So now you do need a seasoned veteran that has all these email addresses that they can blast with your plan of action and cross their damn fingers and hope you can get this thing back, because as I said before, it takes somebody that's skilled, somebody that has enough of those email addresses, and someone that knows what they're doing to get this back. You are locked the F out, people, if you get a Section 3 lockout. That is the most severe of all suspensions on Amazon, and I'm telling you right here, it happens to some of the best of us. So if you're locked out, I feel sorry for you. If you're not, then you're on or around over here, Section 3, level 6 or level 8, somewhere around there. And then lastly, you just straight up get banned. Does it happen? Absolutely. Has it happened to me? Absolutely. Has it happened to people I know? Yes. And I just told you a story about how it happened to a $1 million per month subscribe and saver, and they won't even let you back on the platform. You have no chance of appealing. Nothing. They don't care how much money you're making them. You're done. End of story. But I'll tell you what is not end of story. If you need help with any one of these appeals, my email is below. We've got a superstar on our team that writes these up, and he doesn't stop submitting until Amazon taps out first. So email is below. Questions or comments, put them below. I always personally answer these, and I'll see you guys next time.